We've never kept quiet on any newspaper report. Never. We don't respond to gossip. Otherwise, we'll spend all our lives. Tomorrow they say national chair, we must release a statement. Hey, we must release a statement. When you wake up in the morning, Lian, what is the gossip saying today? Yeah, write something. No. We're never under pressure. You can't say you were under pressure in the same sentence and say you didn't say anything. Under pressure would have meant we must respond, and we responded. Let me tell you, my brother, we don't respond to Twitter. We respond to our members. It doesn't matter what Twitter says. I've got 4 million plus followers on Twitter. I tweet and disappear. All I do is to retweet, and I retweet even ideas I don't agree with. This lady of a beauty contest, Miss South Africa, Chidimma. Twitter, hey, Chidimma, hey. We supported Chidimma. We still do. Why? It's a black person. You don't say support black people and a black person gets attacked in a manner they did, and you keep quiet and then come and preach black unity. Where a black person is attacked, you must first defend and ask after what happened. But the mother defrauded, the papers already were. Now look, your mother, man. Go and fix that thing. You don't. Hey. We don't know what were the reasons those people did what they did. We've never dared to ask. But we equally don't know, for such a long time, why are we hearing about Chidimma today when she's about to become Miss South Africa against white contestants? Twitter was against us, by the way. Even noticeable faces of EFF were against us. We stood firm.
So Julius Malema is one of the best South African politicians, black politicians I've ever loved, after Nelson Mandela. He's the president of EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters. He stated, valid points. He raised valid points on this Chidimma case with South Africa. He said, why is it that Chidimma's case was raised when she was competing with white contestants, white South Africans? She has stayed there for years, and there was never a time that the Homeafair discovered that her mother stole someone's ID. Just when she was about to contest against white South Africans, and it's clear that she was going to win. If she was never going to win, why did she finish as runners-up, almost winning Miss Universe? And even as now, her ranking, or the position she's holding now, is higher than Miss Universe South Africa, or Miss South Africa, whatever. So he said the EFF supports black people, and they are supporting Chidimma, and they are still doing so. You allow this lady, you know that her mother obtained her ID by fraud, stole someone's ID, and she's been in this country. She's done quite a lot of stuff in school. She went to primary school, from primary school to secondary school, and yet the ID fraud was not discovered, because there has to be a lot of documentation. Primary school, secondary school, she wrote the exam, passed. To higher institution, a law student, all these things were not discovered. Just when she obviously she contested, she registered for this pageantry show. According to her, she became more interested in 2017. She started getting to know what Miss Universe is all about, and her passion for Miss Universe grew stronger after 2017. And she applied, and she was not accepted, and she applied, and she came back fully in 2024, and she made it to top 10 all of a sudden. The statement he made said they don't respond to gossip, the EFF, and him as a person, they don't respond to Twitter as well. A lot is going on now currently on social media. You just bring somebody because you believe you have data, access to internet, so you can just tweet anything. You can just create unnecessary engagement over a topic that doesn't really matter, and people will join you. There'll be a lot of retweets and all that. So Chidimma's case is more relevant or pronounced on Twitter. You see a lot of South Africans tweeting this and that. Look at what the valid point he raised. This lady has been in this country, and all of a sudden, it is when she wants to contest for Miss South Africa, which it is now evident to all of us that she was going to beat every other contestant. If there is no proof, if there is no other proof that I present, it is the fact that she is second runners-up of Miss Universe 2024, and currently also she's Miss Universe Africa and OCEANIA. So because she was competing against white South Africans, and that was why such unnecessary dust was raised. Till today, we don't know what the Homeafair have concluded with. We don't know what their final conclusion is. We are just hearing still on Twitter. Every available information on this lady's case is still on Twitter. On social media, that her ID has been cancelled out of her mother as I speak. Her parents are still shuttling down from Nigeria to South Africa. They've not been arrested. Their ID, they are still traveling, walking free. So the objective is just to make sure she doesn't compete with white South Africans, or the whites, and win. And that's what the EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters, led by Julius Malema, that's what they are fighting against. And it's unfortunate that even black South Africans who should have joined this cause, the statement Julius Malema made, he said, we are supporting her because she's a black person. We support black people. 90-something% of the lands that belongs to black people in South Africa are owned and managed by whites. Like we always say, they are landlords and they are tenants in their own country. But their problem is just Nigerians and Chidimma. But the lady has already gone or grown above that. She doesn't just give a damn of what Twitter has got to say. In fact, that Twitter banter and bully against her really helped her. Previously, before the Miss Universe competition in Mexico, whenever she go for an interview and they are going to ask her about her South African ID or whatever, she start crying. She doesn't cry about that anymore. The last time they asked her a question regarding her South African ID after she finished as first runners-up at Miss Universe, she said she's now Miss Africa and Oceania. So those things don't bother her again. But it's shameful that black South Africans who would have joined the cause to support blacks join forces to criticize this young lady just because her name is Chidimma. Now look at what happened. Mia Lerus was not feeling well, and the rule demands that if she cannot fulfill her duty, the first runners-up should take over. She kept quiet, and South Africa, for the first time in Miss Universe competition, did not participate in the final show. She had to withdraw. She should have withdrawn earlier when she noticed that she was having that vertigo, that hearing imbalance issue. She should have withdrawn or handed over to her first runners-up, who is black. And maybe she would have handed over if her first runners-up is white, but because she's black, she didn't hand over. And unfortunately, South Africa did not participate at the Miss Universe. She withdrew. During the prelim, she was not there. The final show, she was not there, was not placed, and whatever. And even as the Chidimma finished first runners-up, and currently Miss Universe Africa and OCEANIA, they are still calling her a Miss Almost. They are not even ashamed of themselves. If I were to be South African, black South Africans, I would join this EFF. This EFF is what will help these black South Africa. And the funniest part of it is that the people that are trolling, 99% of those trolling Chidimma online are black South Africans. I rarely see white South Africans, joining the banter to troll Chidimma, which means it's as if you have been enslaved forever. You have been enslaved forever. You are used as a tool to kick your fellow black out of the competition. You are used as a tool to bully her. Go online and check all the people, bullying Chidimma and all of that. They are all black South Africans. So it means that these guys have been, enslaved almost forever. So my advice is to black South Africans to join EFF. Just join EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters. Malema and EFF, they have a good cause for black South Africans, and with them there is hope for them. There is hope for black South Africans. But some of those that are ignorant, that have gotten a lot of disorientation, will not know that EFF has come to stay. EFF is where they can at least have access to what is rightfully meant for them.